employer offers a workplace emergency savings account. Interest in these potential benefits is particularly high among young workers. In fact, the strengthening financial security through short-term savings accounts introduced by Cory Booker last year will address that issue. The proposal calls for a certain percentage of earnings or a fixed amount, as determined by the employer, to be transferred automatically to the savings account each day period. And last year's Thursday announcement of the lifting of several. Now, the Biden administration estimates that E15 is about 10 cents a gallon cheaper than E10. In regards to gasoline bans, President Biden understands this won't amount to much, but he said even if it's an extra $1 or $2 in the pockets when they fill up, it will make a difference in people's lives. In the summertime, the sale of E15 gas is prohibited due to its effect on worsening air quality. Although ethanol and ethanol gasoline mixtures have higher octane levels and burn cleaner than unblended gasoline, they also evaporate faster. So the announcement of the lifting of the summer E15 ban has been swiftly followed by a further announcement that oil and gas would once more be developed on federal land. The U.S. declared that further releases of oil and gas reserves would be needed to counter the cost of living that is affecting U.S. families. With midterm elections upcoming in November, Democrats are seeing potential reports and support decrease as inflation has struck Americans in droves. Folks, if you think that President Biden should send out more stimulus checks in the coming days, tell me in the comments.
It was caused by huge tax breaks for the wealthiest people in this country. It was caused by a recession as a result of the greed, recklessness, and illegal behavior on Wall Street. And if those are the causes of the deficit and the national debt, I will be damned if we're going to balance the budget on the backs of the elderly, the sick, the children, and the poor. That's wrong. So what we are here today to say to the super committee, which is surrounded by lobbyists and big money interests, yes, we want...
Ms. Pelosi. Recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the gentleman for yielding, and I thank him for his leadership in bringing this important legislation to the floor. Mr. Speaker, in his outstanding State of the Union address earlier this month, President Joe Biden presented Democrats' visionary agenda to build a better America with...
Reaction on those inflation numbers?
It's time for this government and all of us to be serious about the economic situation that we're facing.
Joe Manchin has finally revealed to other lawmakers that what he wants to hear from President Biden's Build Back Better bill. It is definitely hard to know sometimes what's going on in Senator Manchin's mind, but Manchin has revealed to his colleagues what he wants from President Biden's bill. And this is good news, everybody. On Wednesday, the West Virginia senator reiterated a familiar priority of his for the social spending bill that Democrats want to pass together. Manchin told reporters, just fix the tax code and just fix the taxes. Now, because previously Joe Manchin told reporters that he was against the $2 trillion package back in December, now it appears like Manchin is back on track and wants to move forward with negotiations on the spending bill. Late last year, Manchin said he voted to advance an earlier version of the party line bill because his top priority was rolling back the 2017 tax Republican cuts. He said he wanted to lift the corporate tax rate to 25% from its current level at 21%. But Manchin's central goal for the spending bill was derailed by another Democratic holdout like Kyrsten Sinema. Manchin and Mitch McConnell have repeatedly raised concern about rising inflation, which has again reached its high level in 40 years. A combination of persistent labor shortages and supply.
In this fight, Congresswoman Angie Craig, Congressman Dan Kildee, and Congresswoman Lucy McBath of Georgia. And I salute the chairs of the committees of jurisdiction for helping steer this vital legislation to the floor. Chairman Frank Pallone of Energy and Commerce, Chairman Richie Neal of Ways and Means, and Chairman Bobby Scott of Education and Labor. Everyone knows that the cost of insulin, a life-saving drug that has been around for a century, is outrageous and out of control. That cost is outrageous and out of control. On average, Americans pay more